And welcome to another edition of Chewing the Fat. Today we're down at the Alberton Club, of course, Port Club, joined by a 7-time premiership star of the Port Adelaide Magpies, also on the Port board as well. That is George Fiacchi. Great to have you on, mate.
Thanks very much, Bevan. Great to be on. And you got the stats right. Well done.
Thank you. You've been doing a little bit of research. Now, tell us about your career. Of course, there's been those 7 premierships, which is an amazing achievement. But how did it all begin? Tell us all about it.
Well, look, I grew up in the area. I grew up at Rosewater, which is not far from here, and played for the mighty Rosewater Footy Club as a kid. And as a 13-year-old, got invited down here to train for the under-15s, and I've been here ever since, basically. So I played for about 20 years, coming through the ranks, and was fortunate enough to play league football when I was, I think it was 1985, however old I was then, probably about 20. And yeah, played 12 years as seniors, and one of those lucky periods where we won 7 premierships. I still pinch myself today to wonder how the hell that happened, but great times, great memories, and they're great fun, more importantly.
And out of those 7 premierships, I know it's probably hard, but which one was your favourite, you reckon?
Oh, that's a crazy question. Everyone asks you that. You go, they're all. I remember everyone individually. Like the first one in '88, I was only new, and I go, oh, geez, I don't want to get overawed. So I went out there, I was going to block everything out, and I walked off the ground and going, what did I do that for? It didn't take in all the atmosphere. So, but that was always a special one because beating Glenelg for the first time in grand final. The '89 was that freak one where we keep North Adelaide down to 1 goal low, which you say, oh, geez, you must have been dominant. They were the amazing team throughout the year and killed us a few times. Then in 89-90 was the big one where Port tried to get in the AFL. So everyone hated our guts. Everyone wanted to kill us. So we had to win that game to save face. And we did. So there was a lot of pressure on that one. 82 was that year that Buckley played. Again, we played Glenelg, but it was belching down the rain. I just remember Nathan Buck, he was a freak, just bouncing the ball, in that deep of water. It was raining that much, and it was just the ball kept bouncing back to him. That was really good. But 94 was the one that everyone sort of looks back and go, wow, you came back from the dead. Eagles had beaten us by 70 points in the second semi, and then the grand final they were 6 goals up to 0 in the first quarter, and we just turned the game around, ended up winning quite convincingly at the end. And the last couple were against Centrals, who first time in the grand final. And I know your old man was a Central supporter, so probably hurt you a little bit. But that was good to beat them because they became that was the start of their dynasty. After that, they had a great run. So those very memorable games, all of them. So which is my favourite? I'll probably lean towards 90, 94 as well. 99 is a bit special because I won a Jack Odie medal, but I just thought I'd throw that one in case you forgot. 94, obviously the big comeback was huge. So yeah. Grand finals, they're like kids. You can't pick your favourites.
Well, I've won one of them myself, and it was certainly pretty special, and the after-match celebrations are unbelievable. Have you got a few stories to share in terms of those 7 premierships during the after-match celebrations?
None that I can share on here, no. Not that's going online anyway, no. Now, look, they were always big. They were fantastic. The celebration, look, it was real, after a grand final, it was real relief. It sounds silly, but it was real relief to say, because the pressure was always on. Like I always say to people, the last grand final I played in, I felt the most pressure out of all of them because you don't want to lose. And I was lucky I played 7 grand finals and won them all. And then my last year, I played in the Bees and we won that one as well. So I keep telling Timmy Jennifer, I actually played in 8, but he won't take that. He says, no, you don't count the B grade ones. But yeah, look, the celebrations were fantastic. We had a lot of fun, and some of the guys are freaks. So they could go drinking continuously and have no sleep. Ron Smith, for example, like he'd just go for days and days and days without sleeping. I'd meet him in the pub in the morning. I said, "Are you still going?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, he's put his beer down. He goes, "You know what? I think I've had enough." I said, "Really? Finally?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm changing to Scotch." So he had a Scotch and Coke instead. I thought he left me for dead. So I was never one of those big party guys. I used to go hard, but I used to collapse. Come 2 o'clock in the morning, that's it. I'm asleep. I'm in bed. I need my beauty sleep, as you can tell.
And what made the Maggies so formidable in the 80s and 90s, George?
The culture. We had a fantastic team, and the guys all really wanted to play together. Look, when I first came in 1985, it wasn't really. There was groups, there was factions. Within the Port Adelaide Footy Club amongst the playing groups. It wasn't real great culture. And, through guys like Greg Phillips and Marty Leslie and Bruce Abnett when he came through, and then Timmy Jennifer and Roger, those guys come in and really had this really close-knit group, and we all enjoyed each other's company. We all had great fun, but we worked our ass off. And that was a real key to it. Jack Cole coming along, he was amazing. What he did for us as a football club, he just installed this confidence in us and said, right, this is the way I want you to play. Just go and do it. It didn't give us too many directions. Just said, just go and play footy, but you make sure you play within his boundary. And he set this fantastic culture of people wanting to perform. And coming to training. We love coming to training. Not too many people say that. We used to enjoy coming to training, and it was great fun. We enjoyed enjoyed each other's company. We'd sit in a thing called the Truth Bath and tell each other stories in the Truth Bath, and it was quite fun. It was good fun to be around. And yeah, if everyone says what I missed the most, I actually miss the training and have the camaraderie with the guys and having a bit of fun, having a bit of laugh at everyone else's expense, including mine occasionally. But that was the part you miss in footy. The playing is great. We really enjoyed that, and being able to go represent the Port Adelaide Football Club is a dream come true for me. And but you realise the pressure you're under when you see the supporters and the members and their expectations of you. They don't like losing. And I think we calculate we had about a 75% success rate. So for the other 25%, we still got abused. It wasn't good enough for them. They want to win every game. So that's what Port Adelaide expectations are throughout the year. Throughout the history, I should say.
And you got the nickname Robin. Tell us more about that.
Robin's become a bit of a hero, cult hero now. But Batman and Robin, obviously, Roger and I had this fantastic relationship back there. We never thought anything of it. We go, doesn't everyone play like this? But we were good mates, and we still are good mates. And we just used to say, right, Rog, when you go for the ball, just spoil it. When you spoil it, make sure you spoil it towards the boundary line, because that's where I'm going to be running. So we had this communication. So we worked out, if I know where you're going, I know what you're going to do, then I can get the ball and crumb, then I'll handball back to you or kick back to you. So it must become pretty obvious, because the opposition, every time Roger got the ball, I had about 20 blokes on me. So he'd go, I'm not kicking to you anymore. So he'd take a bounce and run off down the field. But it was good. It was a special relationship we had. But unfortunately, I got branded Robin, and he was Batman. He was the hero.
Okay, it's still a pretty good nickname they have, though, anyway. And footy's changed a lot, as we know, these days, George, with all the rule changes and that sort of thing. What's your thoughts on the modern game?
It's hard. These guys are super athletes, so they're fantastic to watch, and I see them train now. I go, oh my God, that's real hard work. But I think with the rule changes that are coming in this year, I'm hoping it goes back to a bit more football, because it's too congested at the moment. I think everyone agrees with that. It's too close, too much contested football. It's not pretty to watch. We like to watch football run and players run and kick goals, and that's what football's all about. And I think with the new rule changes, hopefully the defensive side of the game relaxes a bit, and we can see the superstars become superstars again.
And the Power 2019, how do you think they'll go? Obviously, a really good start to last year and a disappointing finish.
Yeah, it was disappointing, wasn't it? Yeah, to be 11-4 and then finish at 12 and 10. Sorry, that was really disappointing, and it did hurt us. So we got a lot to prove this year. We still have a fantastic playing list. We've got some new blood in coaches, so I'm really looking forward to this year. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. People are going to be pleasantly surprised with new game plan or different game plan coming through, which will see us run a lot more, like we did in 13 and 14. So I'm quite confident. The guys know the expectations are we got to win a premiership. So let's hope we do it this year.
Let's hope so. And you're still involved with the footy club being on the board. What's that involved, George?
The board, the board's quite. I've been on it for 6 years, so it's great fun. It's good to be involved in footy, but it's more of a business angle. So it's nothing. We really talk about football. A lot of it's about how's the business going, how's our revenue going, what's happening within the club. What do we need to do? So a lot of it's about governance and making sure the decisions that are made throughout the club are the right decisions, and they've gone through certain processes. It's become a lot more stringent now that because Essendon and what they did with their football program, we had to make sure that all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed, so that that sort of thing doesn't happen at Port Adelaide Football Club. So it's good. It's good way to keep involved in football. It is hard work. We meet once every month, but there's a lot of preparation for that. Then we're on football committees, we're on Magpie committees, we're on life member committees. So there's all these other committees, but it's great to be involved and be able to give back something to the football club, which is something that I owe so much to the football club. I could never give back enough to the what they've given me as a person.
Well, George Fiacchi, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Growing up as a Port Magpies fan, it was always great to see that number 4 running out of the back pocket, doing his great stuff, winning those 7 premierships. So it's been a pleasure chatting to you today and chewing the fat.
Thanks very much, and great to be on it. And go the Power.
Yeah, absolutely. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.